Welcome, guys, to episode. Is this number four or number
Number
five?
four.
Number
Number
four.
four.
Quarter scale today, guys. Sponsored by PitSpeed Shops. Get all your accessories for your quarter scale gears, Heim joints, radius rods. What else, Todd? Do they got to help
Uh,
our competitors?
just about everything that QS Components sold, PT's has, and looks like we're going to be having some other things on there as well as time goes. Like the blue gaskets and stuff like that we use with our manifolds that Frank sold. We've got those in stock at PT's, and the clutch assemblies as far as
I've seen
the
that. Yeah.
the clutch star and the bearing carrier. The PT's front spindle blocks, the heavy duty ones,
Yep.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bearings, a little bit of everything, belts.
Well, get hold of Joey, I believe, or Paul
Yep,
Covington, one of the
yep,
two, or even get hold of Todd if you're looking
yep.
for something. PT Speed Shops, where are they located at?
Basically in Muncie, Indiana.
Muncie, Indiana. So get
Yep.
hold of them, guys. They're a backer of here of Quarter Scale today. We've got a good show tonight, Todd. We got uh, Robert and Ryan from Cheesy City Xtreme RC Raceway. We're going dirt racing, and this is something that we're kind of off the beaten path from the asphalt side. So we're going to be interviewing them. So let's bring them online real quick, and let's see. We got Robert. And we got with the glasses on because I'm not sure if we're backwards if because you're showing me on my left and then Ryan's on my right. So and then of course there's the boat in between you guys. But welcome to our show.
Thanks again.
Appreciate you guys coming on and actually allowing us to participate at your track. Kind of talk about you guys a little bit before we get into your dirt oval racing up there.
I'll let Robert go first. Yeah, sure. See how he pawns it off there. No, that's all right. So basically, I'll let Ryan talk about Chief State a little bit, but for up here, I do a lot of the race directing and some of the race promoting for Discount America and all of off road and the oval indoor all year long, which is kind of nice. I'm a racer. I've pretty much raced all the different classes when I can, mostly when I'm not race directing. But so it's kind of nice because I came from being a racer and going and seeing what race directors did and what they didn't do, and the things that kind of irritated me as a racer, I try to not do as a race director. And then there's things that as a race director you go, yeah, I know that's not what you guys want, but we're going to do that because it makes it work, right?
Yeah.
So somebody said the other day, a young new racer, because I'd gotten a little upset at something, and he goes, I really like you because you're kind of mean when you need to be, and then you're really nice when you need to be. And I was like, there's a balance there, right? Sometimes you got to be a little bit stern as a race director and whatnot.
Is that like you probably know Joe Brooks? Is that kind of like Joe Brooks?
Yeah, a little bit. Joe and I talk quite a bit. And it was funny because he'll come up and stand with me in the booth a little bit, and he'll see something I don't see because I'm looking at the computer, and he's like, "Oh, so and so just passed somebody," and he's like, "I'm sorry," and I'm like, "No, it's okay."
Joe does a good job. We'll be running up there. Not this coming weekend, but the following weekend we'll be at McChesney Park Racing, and then 2 weeks after that's when we'll be at Chief City. So,
yeah. Joe's a good guy. Him and I talk a lot. They were trying to make the change over to live RC this year, and so they did that. And he had some questions, and we talked about their point series and stuff. He's always great to bounce stuff off of, and him and I talk frequently after races, and what did I do something wrong, or did I do something right, or him and I chat, and just so we're both getting better. But they race up here. Him and his son, Rudy, love Rudy.
Yep.
He race directs sometimes when I'm trying to run a class or something.
Right.
He's a good kid too.
Right.
Major improvements in that in his racing over the last couple of years, which is really cool to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like I said, came from the racing. I started with some 10 scale off road. Somebody gave me an 8 scale, and I went, you know what? I love this. And then I met Ryan, and the addiction just got even worse. When you guys are up here and you see his shop, you'll know why.
Awesome. Can't wait.
Did some fifth scale racing, and then did a lot of oval out there. My daughter races as well. She's gonna be racing this weekend, and it's funny because we had a fifth scale. We turned the whole inside track into a fifth oval one year for J Concepts, and Ryan had gotten a few fifth scale late models in. He's like, "Hey, you guys want to run these?" And I'm like, "All right, sure." And so I gave the daughter one. I just picked one at random out of the two. And turns out it was I forget the guy's name, but it was his car originally. He was a national champion fifth scale late model racer, and he was there. And Andrea TQ'd with his car over him.
Was it Brad Hill or somebody like that? Or
I think
no, it wasn't Brad. It was I can't think of his name right now. I'm drawing a blank.
Steve Walls.
No, if you say it, I'll know it, but I can't think of his name right now. Shoot.
Banneker? Oh,
No.
not Banneker. What's that guy that has the T-shirts?
He lives in Illinois. I know that, but I can't think of his name. He does run quarter scale. I think just fifth scale, but he's a pretty good driver on the fifth scale for sure. But
yeah.
Who's the guy that makes the T-shirts for the fifth scales, Todd? He's super fast.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
I'd have to go back in our scoring and look.
Yeah.
But
yep.
So anyway, we walking up on the driver's stand because I made the A sort with that one too, but I didn't even care. I was just like, oh man, she's killing it, right? So we walk up there and we're standing there in line getting ready to go, and she gets to walk up in front of him, and he's like, you don't let me pass. He's like, you make me work for it. And she's like, yeah, I'm not gonna let you go around. Well, then she got caught up in some traffic, and he didn't think he passed her clean, and whatever happened, and he was going to give her the spot back, and Andrew was like, "No, I'll get it back. Don't worry." But some other accidents happened. She ended up getting second, and ended up finishing behind him. But it was just a really fun story. She just turned 18 in November and just graduated high school. So,
okay.
But she's been racing for 10 plus years now.
Yeah,
cool.
So,
how about you, Ryan? We'll get to know you a little bit.
Sure. Are you sure?
Well, it seems like you're the guy that we really need to talk to.
First of all, guys, I appreciate you, coming over and doing that with the track. I think that's going to be fun. I'm excited. Since I used to do quarter scale years ago, and I got good memories from that. So I'll tell you a quick background for myself. Basically, I started out in RC in about 1984, I believe. I begged my mom for a Tamiya grasshopper out of the JCPenney's catalog, or Sears catalog probably it was. And anyway, kind of started from there. Started racing probably 2 years after that, about 86, 87 in Janesville. Then I found out about the track in McChesney Park down there. I ran pan cars on the oval first, 10 scale, and then I think I talked my mom into getting me a quarter scale sprint car at the time. And so kind of went from there. So I raced down there, and then all over the place, kind of Madison and anywhere I could, get a ride. I didn't have my license at the time. So I knew from the start, I just loved RC cars, regardless of what it was. I loved them. So anyway, I got in the automotive industry, went to school for that. So I didn't do a lot of RC for probably 10 years and went to a racetrack after a while. And I'm like, we got to do that again. So we built a track in our backyard, and it kind of started all over again. Over 20 years ago now. It's been a while, but then we got our own shop and just bought the second shop here 10 years ago, and it kind of expanded, and didn't really plan on doing it as a business for the most part, but just ended up that way. And a lot of great racers out there. I love the racing community, and most of the racers are like family, and that's kind of what it's about for me. So
that's awesome.
Well, that's really cool. We got your schedule up, if you guys can see that.
Yes, sir.
Let me see if I can move it out. No, I guess I can't. Let's see if I can move it. There you go.
Yep, perfect.
There's your schedule. Discount America. Explain Discount America. I found that kind of interesting.
So the business name currently is Discount America Hobby and Motorsports. So it started out Cheese City Xtreme, we started that basically when it started in the backyard, and we're just a club. So everybody's like, what should the name be? You know, so Cheese City, Wisconsin, we're kind of known for the guys voted on it, you know, because of the Monroe is kind of all about cheese, yada yada. So they called the club, it was called CCX. We're kind of known for that, Cheese City Xtreme. And then later, when we came to a business, so we kind of left them together. A lot of people know us for either or, it doesn't matter. But yeah, the hobby shop, you know, Discount America Hobby and Motorsports there. We do motorsport stuff and obviously a lot of hobby stuff, and we got our car dealer license, and, you know, so that's kind of business side of it. That's why the Discount America and the CCX are kind of together. So
that's cool. That's cool.
Well, where'd you build this track? Is it actually in Monroe, or is it?
It is. Yep, right on the edge of Monroe here. Yep, we're just right on in town. Technically, yeah, the shop is Monroe, city of Monroe address. So,
because I noticed a lot of grain bins in the background and stuff.
Well, yeah, that's just to the side of us. It is in Monroe, actually. Yeah, we're not out in the. We're actually in the city of Monroe.
Really?
The building that we're in is it was an old MTX. I don't know if you guys remember MTX Audio from back in '80. They're really popular speaker boxes. Yeah, this was one of their factories here. That's when I bought this building. So.
Well, that's interesting. Your special events coming up with our quarter scales on there. I'm going to start showing some pictures real quick. And you kind of explain a little bit about it. I kind of robbed you a little bit off of Facebook. I trolled you.
Oh, that's good.
But there's photographs there. I'm assuming that's looking in turn 1 and 2 in backstretch.
Yeah, I'm just going to scroll up here a little bit. I can't quite see all of the page, but yeah. So basically, what you see on the left side there, that is a container that we use. That's the driver's stand for off-road, but that's also the racer's booth on the end. So that's the backstretch of the track. But we do, that's the side that has the loop, and that's usually, you know, so the right side or the top of that picture is turn 1 and 2. So the driver's stand for oval is basically to the right side of that.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yep. Yep. That's awesome.
How big a track is that? Would you say the run line?
I would, you know, 18, right? 18 foot wide, but we do 18 feet wide.
I'm trying to think of what the run line or what the measurements are. It's been a while, honestly, since anybody asked me that. We've been running that for 10 years now. So I mean, it's probably, I don't know, compared to McChesney, maybe just a tiny bit. It's fairly. Have you been to McChesney?
I have not.
Okay. I wouldn't say it's a whole ton different than what like McChesney is, probably. But
yeah, the picture there looks a lot bigger than the one that I seen, you know, prior. So that looks real close to like Ingalls, where my home track is, and where our nationals is going to be this year.
We can definitely get you some measurements. You know, we can do that for you before, of course.
But yeah, it looks like a good sized track there.
And that's just mainly clay. Then is that kind of?
It is mostly like Midwest clay. Yep, exactly. So it, you know, at night the traction obviously picks up. We run it in with water, run it in with the golf cart and stuff. So we got a roller.
So after some of our big events, it's literally just been black.
Yeah.
Does it? Yeah. Let's see. Here's another shot.
Yep.
And
so you can see the driver stand off to the upper right there. There's somebody standing on it. That's our driver stand.
If somebody wants to drive, you can drive from the other stand. It's up there. You can see, well, just most of them choose to be over there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because if your loop's in the backstretch, so how do you, so when you start racing or let's say your format, are you coming out of turn 2 to take the checker or, the green, or how do you guys kind of go about?
Typically right in front of the driver's stand is when we turn cars loose. Or
and then you're not scoring until you get into the backstretch.
Yeah,
right across there. The loop would be where that in line with the booth about, or just a little farther down.
Yeah.
So doing in your so comparing to your fifth scale, because we're all learning this from different tracks we go to, with your fifth scale market, how do you actually do the racing part of it when it comes to green flags, yellow flags, and etc.?
So what we do is, I'll be in the booth, and which is good because then I can see the whole track. Ryan's usually off to the on the driver's stand. We have a ramp, that the big driver's stand for off road. We have a ramp instead of stairs. He's usually over there with some flags, and then I usually get a helper to actually help on the computer. So when we go green, we wave the flag, we go green. If there is a rollover or a marshal needs to go out on the track, we go red flag. We stop all the cars where they are, and we get the car corrected. We line back up in a starting order. We roll around and we go green again.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do laps for the fifth scales. So we do that same thing for you guys. However many laps makes the most sense.
Right.
Right. Well, we're going to be kind of combined with you guys. So whatever you guys want to do for laps and time, frame, because I don't know. Do you guys got like a noise issue in Monroe, or are they kind of liberal?
We can get noise permits.
Like this weekend, we got a bigger event for the off road. We got noise permits, so I mean, we're good till midnight with noise permits.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Normally we'll run like on asphalt, we might run 35 to 50 lap heat races and 100 lap mains and stuff like that. On dirt at Mike's, like when we run the nationals there and we go to the worlds and stuff, we'll normally run anywhere from 15 to 20 lap heat races. And what we normally run there at your track for the main?
My track is 60, but at lap 30,
yeah,
our tanks are only 8 ounces.
Yeah.
Because that's through QSAC guidelines. So what I do is, because a lot of yellow sometimes, you're putting around the track and you're going through some fuel. So at lap 30, when the leader takes lap 30, I watch where the last place car comes around. I don't look at the leader. I look at where I find the last place car or whoever is, and allow them to cross the loop. And then I shut her off on a yellow flag. So the loop ain't scoring. And then we bring them in for 5 minutes, Todd, to fill up?
I was thinking it was a couple minutes, but no more than 5 for sure.
Yeah. And we pound some fuel into it, and then we finish the 30. And if you run out of gas in the last 30, Yeah,
usually it's only a minute or so, 2 minutes, and you send it back out because you're not letting them work on their cars and that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, we basically just run it basically like a real race. You've got cautions and red flags. You don't have turn marshals, running out like you do 10 scale, of course, because of being 30 pounds. And then if there is a car that's disabled, we go red, just like you guys just said. So it sounds like we're all going to be on the same page. Plus, we'll have plenty of time to talk about it when we get there. And
sure,
Plus, I know that a lot of the guys that race with you guys will be going. I think Kevin Ginthy and I think Joe Brooks and Dave Perello and maybe Alex Livingston. A couple of guys might be coming from McChesney Park to race with us this race. So, what all classes will you have that weekend?
So
I know it said all classes, but I didn't know what that would be.
Yeah, so we're kind of kicking that around a little bit yet still. I made a flyer for us to post just so that our local racers know what's going on. And I think Ryan and I were kind of talking about, like our stock classes like Slash, Mud Boss, Low C Sprint, Low C NASCAR, the classes that are really just kind of run what the car is and not any of our modified type classes, 10 scale classes. And of course, we'll still have our 5th scale late models and 5th scale trucks as well.
Okay.
Do you guys run any 5th scale sprint cars on that track, or have you seen them before?
A couple. I have one in the back. A friend of mine that passed away last year, Dave Solon. He was one of the original guys. You guys know who Dave Solon was or not? He was one of the original guys down at McChesney. Unfortunately, he passed away. He moved up here. I hadn't seen him in years. We're good friends, but he passed away last year. But I let him borrow one. I got one traded in. It's on a Baja chassis with a sprint car. I still have that. So somebody can definitely run that weekend if there's enough of them. So.
Yeah, what's so cool, there's so much difference between a quarter scale and a 5th scale. And most people that are running 5th scales, they don't realize the difference, as far as us having, straight axle in the back, solid axle and all that kind of stuff. No gyros and
limited motor.
The limited motor, 23 cc. And but I tell you, the shock technology and the car technology and stuff came so far in the tires that We usually get around pretty good. I know at Mike's track, for an outdoor track, we get around there real well. And so far, the sprint cars have been putting on a real good race. And then we started going into the trucks, and that was because a lot of people don't race sprint cars, but they had trucks. And so we started running the trucks on dirt, and that's starting to grow too. So that I think that'll be in the next year or so. I think that'll be a really good size class for us.
Yeah, I think yeah. So that's looking down the probably you call it the front stretch where the driver's stand is going into turn 1, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Cool. And let's see the next photo. That's probably looking into 3 and 4. Those guys coming out of 3 and 4.
They're coming out of 1 and 2.
They're coming out of 1 and 2. Okay. Okay.
Going into 3 and 4, and that's also that right there is kind of our entrance onto the track.
Okay. So if you got a problem or you got to work on your car, there's an exit line to get off and on and stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Let's see. I just kind of trolled on your Facebook page, guys, and I'm not sure what. That's kind of your parking area, kind of, sort of.
We can't really see that one very good, but I can just see the sky, kind of. But
Yeah.
But yeah, there'll be plenty of parking. There's parking behind or to the one. It'd be the north side of the oval, and then we have a pretty large. We have off-road races with 250 entries, and they have parking. So parking should be an issue for guests. Yeah.
No, it won't be a problem for us. That's for darn sure.
Yeah. We'll probably, I don't know how many guys are bringing campers in. I know we're bringing a motorhome in.
Yeah, that's okay.
With a trailer and stuff. So,
now you guys thinking that thinking Thursday night we might be able to have a open practice of some sort? I know we do that a lot at Mike's and at the Worlds. We'll have like a practice session on Thursday evening. I didn't know if that was going to happen there at Chi City or not.
I don't think that's an issue.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so
I know some guys asked me, and I said, "Well, tonight will be the night we find out."
Yeah. So Ryan lives here. When he goes on vacation, it's home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. That's my joke. Yeah, I go to my vacation home once in a while, but
So he's here usually pretty late most nights, so it shouldn't be an issue. We're actually just got 2 new lights for the oval track. I'm going to try to get those up this weekend as well. So there's plenty of lighting out there. And we were planning on for you guys on Friday. It'll be open practice for all classes Friday. We can do some controlled practice if we need to for which we've done in the past usually too, for like we'll say for the next half hour only fifth scales or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll handle that too. But then Friday night, we're going to have a race for you guys, a full race program, but not for all the other classes because it would take way too long for us to do that. We've tried that in the past, and people leave because it gets late. So
Friday because people probably got to work Saturday morning or something.
Yeah, and so what we wanted to do is just have you guys run, and then what we're going to talk to our local racers to be like, hey, this is a chance to experience this and not have to worry about racing. Just come watch.
Right. That's awesome.
And then Saturday it'll be full open practice, full qualifying, and race program for all classes that we're gonna have. If that makes sense.
I look forward to it. I think it's you guys never had quarter scale on this track before, have you?
No.
So this is something new for us and new for you guys. So hopefully we can promote spectators. If spectators come out and not necessarily involved in quarter scale, but they buy a 10 scale car or a 5th scale car because they liked your track, because hopefully we put on a good show. It's a win-win for everybody, in a sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry. That's another thing I got to do. But anyway, guys, we really look forward to coming to your track.
We appreciate you guys coming. I'm looking forward to it as well.
I know you guys got to go and here pretty soon. So
if you need anything before then, reach out to one of us and holler at us. We'll see if we can get you an answer and get the word out to the rest of the racers and that kind of stuff. And
scoring system, is it an A and B type system or is it kind of a
It's my laps. Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
my laps, and then okay, so because other tracks we go to, you got to run those little infrared ones.
Oh.
That shoot
No,
up
but
in
it's
the air.
regular. All the my laps, the 2-wire, the 3-wire, all those work. So.
Well, you don't
Oh,
have to
it's
worry
good, though.
about teching us because we're internally take care of ourselves.
Perfect.
So.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
most of us cheat anyway. So.
Only you, Mike.
Oh, okay. So why do I always finish last all the time?
That's why you get mad.
Let me guess. He's the one that writes the rules too.
No. I don't.
I get the feeling I'm going to end up with another quarter scale.
That's all. That's
you
what
know
we
what?
want to
I
hear.
tell you what.
Yep.
If I get a chance, we got done early. I'll let you run my quarter scale out there. If Todd doesn't tear me up that Saturday
Yeah.
night. So, real quick, we got some chats coming in. We only got one. It's Lynn. Good evening, gents. I'm late.
Yeah. He's out of Michigan. That's
Michigan.
That's the hammer.
The hammer. Yeah.
The hammer. Yeah.
He's another quarter scale guys. Well, guys, I know you got to go. Appreciate you guys allowing us to come on board. Hopefully, put on a good show for you guys this year. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward for me to race on dirt because I never get the chance to race out here when we have the nationals. So I'm always busy in the scoring shed like you, Robert. I'm taking care of not only directing but scoring and all this other crap. So. But I really appreciate you guys coming on, and we really look forward to coming up there. So yeah,
look forward to having you guys.
When we come in Thursday, who do we find or locate?
Just come into the hobby shop if you want. Just come in the front shop, and one of us will
we
be
don't
up
want to
here.
park somewhere we're not supposed to.
No, that's just swing in and we'll get you parked.
Yeah,
okay.
I know drivers will be coming in. So, but I know you guys got to go. Thank you for coming on, and we'll see you in the end of this June.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, guys. We'll see you soon.
Nice meeting you.
You bet you as well.
Bye. Well, guys, that was Robert and Ryan. Robert's the race director, and Ryan is actually the owner of the place. What do you think, Todd?
I think it looks very promising. I think the pictures that you pulled up there really makes the track look, at least the size of Ingalls. And
well, how wide is Ingalls?
It might be 20 foot wide on the straightaways, but you don't.
So really, 2 foot. I don't think you're going to notice it.
No, it looks like Kevin Ginthy was saying that it looks like you'll be running up, towards the wall with the big cars, up there on the cushion or up right on the wood. So
what do you think gearing on that track?
Boy, I don't know. I would say probably like a 1379, maybe something like that. To start with, see what happens. But you never know.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Are you getting close to get your dirt cars, or they're still hanging on the wall?
Still hanging on the wall.
Jeez.
Next week, I hope.
Well, let's get into asphalt racing.
Been really busy.
Yeah, let's get into asphalt racing. We got this quarter scale world championships coming up. We want to give a shout out to them. They're coming up next week, I believe.
Right. Yeah. Next weekend.
So we talked to oh man, my mind went blank.
Charlie Egg.
Charlie, yeah. And he filled us in. So we're really looking forward to that. What do you have for race results? Anything?
Well, it was kind of hard to find them this week. I really hope that people start sending them to us. If they could just send them to us. Of course, we can't get them all on there because our show's only once a month or twice a month, but it would be nice if they could send them to us and we could get them out there, get some of the points out there and that kind of stuff. People love hearing their name, and
for sure.
They work hard for it. So it'd be nice to, give the guys a little bit of something to hear. I'm going to start off with DFW. They're always really good about posting their stuff. Their last race was May 30th. Their looks like this was the Grand National class, was won by Curtis Babbitt. Blake Babbitt was second. Gerald Babbitt, followed by Wayne Babbitt. Jerry Dean, Chris Matheny, Scott Babbitt, and Gerald Cups. And then we had Let's see. That's a duplicate. Let's see here. We had ECM was won by Wayne Babbitt. Roy Scanlon ran second, and Gerald Cups ran third. And then the sprint car, Gerald Babbitt won this last week. Mike Watkins was second, and Roy Scanlon was third. They all finished on the same lap, so that's good to see. It looks like it was awful competitive. Truck class was won by Blake Babbitt. Roy Scanlon ran second. He had a real good run there, it looks like. That might be one of Roy's best run he's had this year. He ended up second. Scott Babbitt was third. Cousin Carl Reese was fourth. Chad Rott and Brian ran, looks like he ran sixth with his, my mind just went blank. How about that? So
It's what happens when we get old.
I know it. Get old as heck. And Brian Hill's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Then the sportsman cars was won by Brian Hill, Dwayne Shipman. Roy Scanlon ran third. Mike Hurley and Joe Emmons. They actually put out their spreadsheet for their points. I'll give you the top three in each one of those. Sportsman's Brian Hill. Roy Scanlon's running second. Mike Hurley. I'll go ahead and list them. Mike Hinton fourth. Kenny Perry fifth. Tim Boucher sixth. Dwayne Shipman. Royce. And I found out that Royce is actually the grandson of Tim. And he's 8 years old. And then Joe Emmons is ninth. Grand Nationals, Curtis Babbitt, Gerald Babbitt, Blake Babbitt, Wayne Babbitt, Jerry Dean, Chris Matheny, Scott Babbitt, Gerald Cups, William Perry, Carl Reese. Super Truck is won right now by Blake Babbitt, Carl Reese, Brian Hill, Scott Babbitt, Roy Scanlon, Mike Sadler. He was there this last race and ran.
I saw that.
Yeah, he ran some of Roy Scanlon's
Roy's cars. Yeah. You just
Dwayne
went down there to visit or what?
Yeah, he's still in between houses, I believe. So I bet he'll be glad when he gets that taken care of. Dwayne Shipman, Chad Rott, and Tim Boucher in ninth. Sprint cars, Mike Watkins, Roy Scanlon's running second, Gerald Babbitt, Kenny Perry, Mike Dill, and Mike Sadler. And East Coast Modified, Roy Scanlon, Wayne Babbitt, Gerald Cups, William Perry, and Dwayne Shipman. So we had a full rundown for them. Also at Ingles, man, we had a fast racetrack this last race. It just seems like it's getting better every week.
Did you guys put any coating on it or anything, or is it?
We had it repaved a couple years ago. Then we had it resealed a year or so ago, and we used.
Are you going to reseal it for the Nationals then?
No, it doesn't need it. I mean, it's the stuff they put on there is the same stuff they used in Alabama, same mix, and I tell you what, it's great on tires and it's holding up great. Limited Sportsman was won by Gary Wheatley. Second time back. He's kind of taken a hiatus for a few years to do go-karts, and he's back running with us now. New racer, Brett Burrow was second, and Dave Hamstra was third. And these guys were all running almost identical lap times in the limited class. It was good to see.
What's the limited times? What is the? Because I'm going to be in the limited class going into.
Well, the track record for limited right now. I just happen to have it written down here. Limited track record is held by Lynn Hammermeister. Yep, Hammer. He ran a 5.902 last year at our tri-state race. So 5.9 is still the track record in limited sportsman. And I think this last week they were running in 6.1s.
Okay. That'd be a goal to shoot at.
Yeah. Sportsman was won by Chris Stump. I think that's his third win now this year. I was second. Thomas Case, which is another one that took a hiatus, and he's back racing. He's been running Paul's Yellow Submarine. But he's bought a car, and he's got to get it picked up, and he'll be coming to the tri-state races with us. And we got to get him on dirt, though, next.
Yep.
Drew Craig was fourth. He keeps getting faster and faster. And Paul Covington made a surprise visit, drove a couple different, 2 or 3 hours from his job and got there just in time to run the mains.
Oh, wow.
But all 5 cars were finished on the lead lap and was extremely fast. Sprint cars, I was lucky enough to pull that one off. Chris Stump was second, and Mike Miller was third. But the sportsman track record was previously held by me with a 5.741 in sportsman, and Stump went out and ran a 5.704. So
wow.
I mean that's pretty darn fast.
So what'd you guys run? What are you running in I call it the 360 sprints, but whatever you guys call it, blue plate. What kind of times are you running in that?
Well, the track record was previously held was a 5.563, and I did that I think last year, maybe at the Tri-State race or something like that. But I broke that track record this last weekend with a 5.488, and we had no idea that we'd get down to those speeds at that track. But
I'm just curious what a 305 would do out there for the nationals.
I think a 305. I mean, I think you'll be running 5.7s and 8s. I would say.
So that's pretty quick too.
Yeah, I think that's what it'll be. So yeah, that's Alex Livingston still holds the track record at Ingles with a 5.679. He said that in 2025.
That's a truck
or truck class. Yeah, truck. And also we don't have a Grand National time, so whoever's there at the Nationals, it'll be broken. Limited sportsman, like I said, is Len Hammermeister. But yeah, the big railroadsman broke my track record with the sportsman, so congratulations to him. Had some other ones here. See if I can pull them up on my phone. Dave Perello, I got a hold of him, had him send them to me. They had their race. Rudy Brooks won again in limited sportsman, followed by John Gentry and Chuck Hoskins. They ran a Losi sprint. Jerry Dish, Derek Rose, Dwayne Dostrom. The Super Trucks was Rich Wessel, Ryan Petty, Jerry Deach, Derek Rose, Jim Klein, Dwayne Dostrom, I believe. Sportsman, Jim Ryder. He pulled it out again. Looks like he was top qualifier and won the sportsman race, followed by Alex Livingston, Jeff Howard, Butch Smith, and Kevin Ginthy. Looks like Kevin might have had some issues there. He looks like he didn't finish that race. Super Trucks was won by Alex Livingston. Kevin Ginthy was second, followed by Dave Perello, Jeff Howard, and Doug Murphy. So they're having a lot of good racing there. You need to try to get up there for the Tri-State sometime with us.
Tri-State, yeah. Well, guys, hey, if you're online, comment, leave a chat, at least say hi so we know you're on. But our biggest race coming up, I think, is this one here. I mean, that's the biggest race, I think, of so far.
So far this year, yeah.
It's the Quarter Scale World Championships, June 11th through the 13th, and hopefully we can get hold of Charlie and get some results.
Yeah,
I think
I know Brian Howard's going to be there at that race, and so he'll have a good ride up for us. I would imagine some great feedback on how that goes, and I hope to get there and race sometime. I think that'd be a great track to race at. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Just made me think Jerry Evans that races down in Alabama. He called me yesterday and I missed his call, and it just made me think about it. I need to call him back. But so there's a lot of good things going on right now.
Well, again, tonight was more dirt tonight. So what's your thoughts going in? You got anybody that besides yourself favorite to win the sprint car division? I know our backyard man, Paul David Covington, won't be there.
Nope, he'll
spoil things.
He is home sitting on his porch listening to the birds right now. He had his hip replaced 2 days ago.
Oh, geez.
And but he's up and around, and they started therapy today, and he's getting around real well, and he'll be back sooner than we think, probably. And
Yeah.
he's dying to get out there in the shop and start doing stuff, but I know he can't do it right now. But yeah, he's not going to be there, but I think there's going to be a good turnout of cars. Hopefully John Pipcock and his dad can make it. Hopefully Kevin Githy will be running his sprint car, Andy's truck, and hopefully some of the other guys there at McChesney Park will be there. Of course, you and Don are hopefully there, and I know that someone that's always hard to beat on the dirt is Chris Stump, and he's going to be there. And I wouldn't be surprised if he runs 3 classes. He'll probably bring his low C and run it, I would imagine. And
Low C, yeah.
Some of the guys from McChesney might bring their low C as well and run it. So
we might see some quarter scale guys come down just to watch then the asphalt guys then, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I know Paul offered his car to Joe Brooks to run at the dirt race there at Cheese City. So we'll have to see if that happens or not. That'd be interesting. Cool. Yeah, I'd like to see that. But I think we'll have a fairly decent turnout. I bet you that if everything goes right and we do this again next year, I'm sure it'll be a lot more people there. But it seems like this year everything snuck up so quick. It's just like
yes,
it's here. And I feel so unprepared for everything. But it's just, I guess, life, and we've all been busy. And
well, since you ran a lot of dirt, what's your opinion going into the sprint? Let's start with the sprint car class. As far as trackability and driver ability.
I think it's going to be really racing. I really do. I think you'll see us running up against the wall, kind of like what was the track out there by you that we went and ran? Endicott. Remember how we used to run up on the wall, especially with the East Coast Modifieds?
Yeah.
We didn't have the trucks back then, but we ran the sprint cars up there. And this track's not as big as that, but that top cushion kind of looked like Endicott. Do you think?
Without actually walking on the track, but it does. Endicott wasn't really that wide either.
Right.
I'm thinking Endicott was there about 15, 16
Probably.
foot wide?
Probably.
But they put on some pretty good racing.
Oh,
I mean,
it was fun. I hated to see that place close down.
But I'm not sure what the banking is on this thing compared to Endicott, but
it looked pretty similar. Yeah,
what about the trucks? Similar. What's your opinion on the trucks?
Boy, I don't know. We'll be a little down on power compared to the sprint cars, of course. Well, not really, but they are heavier and don't move around quite as easy as the sprint cars do. But that's kind of an unknown, I guess, because we haven't run the sprint car or the trucks on that kind of track yet.
No.
So it ought to be interesting.
Because they're still a blue plate, aren't they?
Yeah, they're still blue plate. Yeah, but you just can't. I guess what I meant, you just can't put the power down like you can with the sprint car.
So it's going to be a lot of taking the power out of your radial, basically, until you get, instead of having a full throttle, maybe you're at 80, 90%, maybe even low as 70%. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know. Yeah, you never know. It just depends on the track condition and how well they prep it, or how much they prep it for us and that kind of stuff. I don't know. I think you guys might have been talking about that before we went on air. I had to step away, but I think when I came back, you guys were talking a little bit about track maintenance and prep and stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's look at comments real quick. Scott Rance, hi guys. He doesn't need to work on his cars.
He needs to stay around and work on his and let us help him work on his.
Oh, there's the guy. Hey there, guys. I'm going to miss running there, even though it's still dirt. Are you going to at least come up and watch? Can he do that?
I doubt if he'd be able to ride that far.
Oh, well, hopefully. Let's see. The Hammerman there, Sportsman.
Okay, yep.
And then Rob, then Matt Maneri.
Yep.
Limited was Ken Bailey, Andy, and Don.
Okay.
And then we have, let's see who else has gone on. Roy Scanlon is out of Texas.
Yep.
Man, that's a bright car.
Oh yeah, you'll see him coming.
Heading to the Sportsman 200 at LPR this Saturday. Where LPR? That's in
Lagoon Park Raceway there in Alabama, Montgomery.
Oh, that's in Alabama. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be there hopefully in November.
And then,
There's
hey
the
guys,
railroadsman.
what's up, Chris Stump? But there's our schedule, guys. This is something that, well, me and Todd actually trying to create a series. And Todd, you had a good saying that, it's kind of hard for guys to buy dirt tires and then use it 3 times the whole year and then let the car sit. This is our 3 race series this year. Starting out with Cheese City, June 25th through the 26th. Or is it 27th on the Saturday? I don't remember. And then race 2, we'll be heading out here to Outlaw Raceway Park for the Cusack Maneri Dirt Nationals, August 12th to the 15th. And then we finish our series out at the Worlds, October 21st through the 24th. And the Worlds is in Kentucky.
Yes, Liberty, Kentucky.
And so we are going to, I think, Todd, we talked about trophies at the end of the year. How are you doing trophies this year? You were saying something about to support this class, for me and you to support this class.
Yeah, I thought that, we'd kind of look for sponsors and stuff. And I thought maybe we could do Quarter Scale Today as the sponsor of it. And I know you had PitSpeed Shop on there as well. So between the 3 of us, I think that we can definitely have awards for, the top 5 in each class for the 3 race series. And then, hopefully we can do something for each race as well, the top 3 in each class.
Yeah, I didn't ask if they're going to have trophies, awards for us at the end of their race.
Yeah, I imagine that'll be up to us, but I'll make sure it happens. The guys, especially right now, the price of fuel and everything, they at least like to take home something, I think. So,
sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And when you think about it, it being just a 3 race series, it's really 6 races though, because, we run a completely separate race on Friday night and Saturday night. So it was good to hear him say that he was going to allow us to continue to do that. So we end up running the 6 races, I'm not sure. Last year, did you do 1 throw out?
Well, last year we didn't do any throwouts because we only had, no, did we do? Yeah, we did do 1 throw out since we had not the Worlds, but Gator Nationals.
Yeah, right.
So we did do 1 throw out. The year before that, we only had Outlaw in the Worlds, so we didn't do any throw out. We ran straight up. But we will have 1 low throw out point race between the 3. And guys, if you know anybody out there in the racing world that has a fifth scale track, and mainly that's fifth scale because they're on dirt, let them know. We sure would like to get them on our schedule next year. I think it'd be ideal if we get at least 4 or 5 dirt races on the schedule, maybe 4, maybe 1 more. Who knows?
Yeah. Right.
With the asphalt schedule so heavy, it's kind of hard to start getting more series.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and take
that's
away.
What was nice about the Gator Nationals, being before asphalt season starts, so that worked out really well. But
and the Worlds is end of October.
Yeah, right.
So that helps. But we're always looking for another dirt track to host us. We're not hard to get along. We just want a place to race on dirt. And there's not a lot of quarter scale tracks out there, like 0, except for me. So we're always looking for 1 more fifth. I know there's a lot of fifth scale tracks out there. So if you like to at least talk about it with us, we are more than happy to share kind of what we do and see if your tracks, it has to be big enough to. It can't be a small 10 scale track or something,
Right.
But we sure would like to see at least 1 more on the schedule for next year and keep the ball rolling. We started out with 1 dirt track and that was it.
Right.
And now we're up to 3. So, and we're gaining momentum with more and more drivers getting on board. So
yeah, hopefully we can keep it going and put on a good show for everyone here at Cheese City. And um, maybe next year will be bigger and better, and we'll know a little bit more what we need to do.
Well, I don't have anything else. Todd, you got your last words? Any breaking news? Anything that I don't know about that happened in your community or around the quarter scale community that I don't know about?
Nothing that's comes to mind right offhand. I know that
I can't
there's
do
a lot.
that then with the breaking news thing, huh?
Yeah, no, not tonight.
Oh, darn it.
There's there's a lot of racing going on, and a lot of new guys. Our track is seeing a lot of new growth, and we needed it. We went from one of the largest clubs in the country to one of the smallest there for a while, but now it's starting to come back up. And RC racing's that way,
That's a fickle sport.
Yeah.
Especially in the large scale, because just not everybody does it. I mean, 10 scales, boy, it's busy,
Yeah, we've got 3 new racers this year so far, and a 4th one called me just the other night, or got a hold of me, messaged me, and he's coming into quarter scale. And then we have guys coming back to it that has been out for a while. So I think things are looking good. We can get the fuel prices down, and
you think the fuel prices being high is going to affect a lot of special events?
not just RC racing, but a little bit of everything, I think, but keep our fingers crossed that, and that's one reason that, I mean, if you can travel with a friend or buddy, that's the best way to do it. And I mean, that's the only way I can do it. And so we usually have the trailer full, and most of it's Chris Stump stuff, but
Was he break a lot of parts or what?
he has a lot of parts. I don't know if he necessarily breaks a lot of parts, but he has a lot of parts.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. Well, yeah, we're getting ready for the dirt series coming up. Maybe our next show we'll talk a lot about dirt, our finishes, and maybe get a guy on from the dirt racing.
Right.
Maybe somebody from the trucks or whoever wins the championships. Maybe get them on. Outside of Todd, there probably win the truck and the sprint cars. But
Yeah, I don't know about that.
so hopefully in next month we'll get back on quarter scale today. And
I do have one more thing of results that I just got sent to me. And
we'll do this.
Breaking news. There we go.
Breaking news. More results.
You got the music that you can play?
I could do this. I could go, yay.
There you go. I hate not to mention it because their club is growing leaps and bounds out in Washington. Brian Lambert won the truck race out there.
Oh, that's
Chris
right.
Carpenter was second.
Out east, yeah, or west, yeah.
Jason Walters was third. Jason Brinkley, Dylan Lambert, Sean Billigan, Randy Sides, Chance Overholt, and Terry Baker and Chris Kohler was 10th. So they had a full field. And that's a big track, and they're
I am so impressed
a little
with
over
them.
6 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so impressed with them because that track was vacant for many years.
Yeah.
It was dead out there.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, look at the car count they have in just such a short time.
But that should tell us something? That's one class.
Yeah,
should tell us something. Do we have too many classes in quarter scale?
And that's a good question. I know when I started, and this is back.
I know they do in 10 scale. I hear it all the time. How many? There's way too many classes.
I remember going to my first big race, and it was at the Knoxville Nationals. That was when Cusack was running it. They had that portable track. Mm-hmm. And I thought, I'm going to the Outlaws. Why not bring my sprint car? And back then, there was no 305s. Sprint car.
Yeah.
You pull your pants up and you go racing.
Yep.
I struggled all day. Of course, I didn't know much. If what I know today and put it back when I was younger, I might have done all right. But it was just sprint car. I went down to Texas during the WCM Super Nationals down there. Sprint car. And they, like I was telling guys, they ran 10 in the feature, I qualified by Saturday. I qualified in the I feature.
Yeah.
And there was 2 features behind me.
Right.
Ton of cars.
Mm-hmm.
Back then you had 2 choices.
Right.
Sprint car, stock car. That's it.
Yeah. Right.
And the classes were loaded. And then they brought the trucks in, which I liked that because it kind of took away from the Grand Nationals. A lot of the slower guys, I thought, started in the trucks because it was kind of beginner type thing.
Right.
But like you said, sometimes getting too many classes, does it hurt you or help you? I do not know the answer to that.
Yeah.
That is something
that's a question we're going to have to talk about on here. Is there a way we can have callers call in on this show?
Yeah, they can call in. I'll just have my phone and I can hold the phone up next to the mic. There's no problem there. They can call. Unfortunately, I don't know why this program, and it's been asked many, many times, why can't we use this program as a call-in show too?
Right.
And they have not really, they responded, but they haven't really, really responded. But I've had people in the past on my shows where they don't have a camera, they don't have internet somewhere, where I just set the phone next to their microphone, turn the volume up, and then we can talk back and forth to them.
Yeah.
Right.
I just thought that'd make a pretty cool show sometime later on this year,
right.
Especially if we did a remote show, if we do a remote show at the Nationals or Dirt Nationals. Or
I plan on, Kim gave me one of her cameras from my laptop. I plan on, hopefully, if we get time down in Monroe, do a remote show down there.
Yeah.
Get a table out, because I'm assuming there's going to be plenty of time during the day.
Right.
Where we can do a remote show, because we're idle, things like that. So hopefully we can do a remote show. So, watch.
You don't want to do a quarter scale today after hours?
After hours, we can. We can.
Or a track walk.
We could do a track walk. I've done that out here at the Outlaw. I took my phone and I walked around and talked about the races and showed the track and all the stuff like that. Let's get on the chat. There's somebody chatting me up. Randy said gas is killing me.
Yeah.
You got a long ways to travel. I mean, whether you come to Nebraska or Vegas, that's a lot of traveling.
I don't think
we should do away with Sportsman Limited and then Grand National. What's your thoughts on that?
I don't know. He put a
so basically have a red plate and a blue plate class.
It looks like he wants to do just limited and Grand National.
Right.
Yeah.
So a red plate and a blue plate and call it good.
Yeah. And that's stuff that so many people, we all talk about stuff like that, but you've got to turn in suggestions and talk about it like we're doing right now. And that's the only way you're going to get anything done. And I'm sure the other organizations, they've kind of done that a little bit because they had their big truck race and then they had just one other support class with it. So that's kind of along, those same ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's something to think about. But when you look at Washington there,
gosh,
hey, that's not bad.
I'm impressed. I mean, they had nothing.
Right.
And they turned the track on with like a light switch and everybody shows up with trucks,
Yeah. Jason Walters, he was thrilled to death because his car was still in pieces like 3 days before and was waiting on some parts that we had to get shipped out to him. And he sent me a picture standing in Victory Lane where he got third place. So
you're saying we should shut our tracks down for a year or two and then start them back up and see what happens?
Maybe. At least we could go out to Washington and race.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, free up more time for everybody.
Yeah,
well, guys, great show tonight. This will probably be on my YouTube channel. To follow it on Friday Night Front Stretch, that's the channel name, or Facebook will be in the next 30 days. I really don't have anything. Probably next month we'll talk more about dirt racing and what happened out there. Maybe bring somebody in and talk about our dirt experience. but we still got a lot of shows that go. And
we'll have a lot to talk about next race. We'll have our next show. We'll have the dirt race. We'll have our tri-state. We'll have the worlds to talk about. So
now, if you're fans here at Outlaw Raceway Park, I want to clean this up real quick because I doubt I'll have a show tomorrow night. And this will be recorded too. So if you want to follow along, we've had a ton of rain out here. I mean, we have had more rain than we want. Matter of fact, Todd, that greater ditch that, you pull into it was underwater. That road was underwater. That's how much rain we've had. The track is just getting beat to hell. We had our first race. We had a race 3 weeks ago. And of course, I was worried about lightning. And so I shut it down. And it never did rain until about 10:30, but I was worried about lightning. And I think I made a good call on that with the radios and everybody standing on the driver's stand. So we moved it to our rain date, which is May 30th.
We don't have those big antennas anymore. But
I just don't want somebody standing on the screen up there and getting their butt lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That's all I need. But anyway, the 30th we canceled because we had a ton of rain. I just couldn't get out, and the track was really super rough. I mean, I worked on it for 2 days trying to straighten it out from the last rain. Got it beautiful. I mean, it looked nice. And then what it do? Rain came in, and it just got a little inch here, half inch. I'm talking, it rained another 3 inches. We had 4 inches, another 3. This past week we've had up to 2 1/4. It rained like crazy today. I had to even look at the rain gauge. So, and I put that drain tube in the back and hope Maneri is watching me because the water is draining. The mud's still there, but the water is out of there. So we're going to try to.
That's another. You mentioned Maneri. I wonder if he's going to. I'd like to see him try to come to Sioux City.
Well, yeah, he's not that far from there, is he?
No. Well, not too bad.
Yeah. So Maneri, I hope you make it down if you're on here yet, or I don't even know if you're on or not. But as far as us, we're going to try to get it in Saturday. It'll be a double feature show. We're going to go off our last finishes in the heat races. It'll be an extra feature, and then we'll go into our regular show. They brought the rain chances up to 55% again. It's supposed to rain tonight and tomorrow again. We couldn't ask for any. All winter we never got any snow, never got any rain. Cracks really huge, and now the faucet won't shut off.
Yeah,
and a lot of tracks around here locally, Eagle Raceway, and some of the places are canceling. But try to make it out for a double feature night, guys. I'll do my best to get it as smooth as possible, but it is it's so watered rutted so bad coming out of the turn 1, Todd, if you remember. It's showing my scoring loop, the PVC tubing. Yeah, it's got down.
Wow.
And I've got to try to fill that up as much as possible. So
she's got character.
Yeah, it's going to add character, especially for the 10 scale guys. So, so just be aware, we're going to try to get it in. If not, we'll have another double feature in a couple weeks from that point on. So, and then I'm going to be out of, right around July, I'll probably be out of commission for a while because I've got cataracts and they got to do some surgery. So that's why my excuse when I hit you on the racetrack is I can't see.
Yeah.
So, otherwise, Todd, end the show with your last words, and we'll go from there.
Just try to get all those dirt cars ready. Get your cars ready for the Tri-State at McChesney Park, and everyone going down the world, so good luck down there, and we'll hope to see everybody soon. Safe travels.
Safe travels, guys. We'll see you next month for another Quarter Scale Today, brought to you by PitSpeed Shop. I'm Mike. That's Todd. We are signing off.